Hey, what is going on, guys? My name's Alex, and today I have another really cool card trick for you guys. And it's even cooler this time because it's not just using one deck of cards, but actually two deck of cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it's done, and then or show you what it looks like first, and then I'll show you how it's done. So we'll start off by having the spectator shuffle the decks. Usually there could be one or two spectators, doesn't matter. As long as you can tell them just both decks need to be shuffled. So they shuffled both decks of cards, and there we have it. Perfect. Alright, and now first thing I tell spectators, I want them to choose a deck. Let's say they go ahead and choose this deck right here. That's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take this deck in that case. And then I'm going to go ahead and go through a deck and kind of make a prediction of a future card you're going to pick. So again, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to take my prediction card and then place it on top of the deck, just like that. I'm going to leave it right by the spectator too, so they know I'm not doing anything like sketchy with it. Perfect. Now with this deck, I just want them to touch the back of any card. So let's say they touch the back of this card right here. And then they're not going to look at it, they're just going to place it on top just like that. Perfect. Now, we shuffle both decks of cards, completely shuffled, and I've also made a prediction before you even picked a card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what your card is really quick. So as you can see, it's the two of diamonds in this case. Again, we shuffle both decks. I made a prediction before this even began. And if you go ahead and flip over a top card, you can see that is also the two of diamonds. And boom, they're mind blown. So really simple, really easy. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how it's done. So the cool thing about this trick, again, like most of my other tricks, is you're just using normal decks of cards. Nothing gimmick, nothing fancy. And then you could begin by telling the spectators to shuffle the deck. So they shuffled this deck already. It doesn't matter really. They can shuffle as many times as they want. Give the good mix. Alright. Once they're finished shuffling, at some point you need to choose a deck and then look at the top card, like in a sneaky way, I guess. So take a quick peek at one of the deck's top cards. So in this case, I just went with the black deck, and it looks like it's a five of spades this time. Don't make it too obvious. Don't be like, oh, wonderful, it's a five of spades. But like, do a little sneak peek. And you got to be quick with it too, or else it'll become too obvious. So again, I took a peek at what this top card was, which is five of spades. And then we set down the cards, and then we're all good to go. So the next step would be for the spectator to choose a deck. So let's say they have two options. So let's say they first choose the deck that where you know the top card. In that case, you're going to say, okay, perfect, I'm going to go with this card, and then I'm going to look for your card. If they choose this deck, that's perfect too, because you can just pick up that deck and look for their card there. Either way, you want to force, either way, you're going to choose the deck that isn't the one where your top card is memorized on. So if that makes sense. So in this case, I know this top card, so regardless, I want to force them to choose this deck, or I will pick up this deck eventually. So again, let's say they choose this deck, for example. Either way, you're forcing them to this deck. So that's perfect. So what I'm doing now is I'm going through a deck and looking for the five of spades, which is my card I peeked at the beginning. And then once I have that five of spades, I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of the deck, just like that. Now I'm going to put it in front of them to convince them that I'm not doing anything crazy with it at the moment. And then with the other deck, you're going to have them touch the back of any card. And it could be any card they want. If they want the top card, that's perfect. You just show them, oh, boom, there's a card. It doesn't matter what card they touch. Just make sure they don't flip it over, or else, that's going to ruin the trick. So let's say they touch the back of this one. You're going to take that card and place it on top. And now you're all good to go. So the next step would be is you explain, oh yeah, we shuffled both decks of cards. I made a prediction before this trick even began, or before you even chose a card. And then what you're going to do here is actually, you're going to do a double lift. And I went over this in a previous video before, on how to do it. But essentially, yeah, you're just grabbing 2 cards. There's a card behind this one, and then the 5 of spades in front, so it looks like 1. And that back card is the random one that they picked. So again, you're doing a double lift. You're showing that, hey, this is your card, the 5 of spades. And then when they flip over their card, they're going to see that our prediction is also the 5 of spades. And then really quickly, you can just hide that top card back in case they want to check this card, make sure it's good and everything. But yeah, that is a trick, guys. Super cool trick. I think I saw David Blaine do this like a long time ago, and I always wondered how he did it, and now we all know. So it's amazing. Go give it a try on someone. Go blow their minds. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. See you later. Peace.